So the top story of this bulletin is about Rhea Chakraborty and a possible drug link. More revelations are now emerging in the Narcotics Bureau investigation into a possible drug angle in Sushant Singh Rajput death case. This time, the narco team has revealed that Sushant's former house manager Samuel Miranda collected drugs allegedly on behalf of Rhea's brother Showik Chakraborty in March this year. As per Showik chats on 17th March this year, he had shared one contact of a Zayed with Sushant's house manager Samuel Miranda. Miranda paid peddler Zayed 10,000 rupees for 5 milligram of drugs. The narco team has so far quizzed 4 alleged peddlers based in Mumbai. 2 have been granted bail, and other 2, Zayed and 1, Basit Parihar, are being questioned on their link with the younger brother of Rhea Chakraborty. Basit is said to be close to Showik Chakraborty. India Today has also learnt that following this, Showik and Samuel Miranda will be questioned by the Narcotics Bureau very soon. Munish Pandey has been tracking all the latest on this. So Munish, this takes it to another level now. This is not just about consumption of drugs, but also, as we had talked about earlier, about alleged drug peddlers, because to be in contact with them is even more illegal.
Absolutely, Pooja, and what we have been given to understand by our sources in the NCB that this is what called reverse investigation in the case. Now, what they are doing, that they already have evidence about Rhea Chakraborty, Showik Chakraborty talking about drugs, but now they have started arresting and detaining people who are drug peddlers and who are in contact with Showik Chakraborty and Rhea Chakraborty. Now, these people, and Zad, these are 2 people who have been caught by the NCB, and what NCB claims that they were in touch with Samuel Miranda and other staffers of Sushant Singh Rajput, and they were the one who were buying the drugs on behalf of Showik Chakraborty and the other persons in that flat. Now, it is still to be proved by the NCB that whether Showik Chakraborty or Rhea Chakraborty took directly drugs from Samuel Miranda and the other staffers, but the NCB claims that they have started connecting the dots which can link Showik Chakraborty and Rhea Chakraborty. But the major question is that how will this link to the death case of Sushant Singh Rajput?
That's interesting, Munish. So this will be not just about the consumption of drugs that the NCB wants to investigate, but also how will it be linked? Because it's clear this is not a part of the FIR that has been filed by the family.
Absolutely, Pooja, and this becomes very a curious case of the investigation because CBI is probing abetment of suicide. NCB took over the FIR which was filed by KK Singh, father of Sushant Singh Rajput, in death case of Sushant Singh Rajput. But as of now, what NCB is saying that they are probing a separate case. They are looking into a larger picture of Bollywood nexus with the drug cartel, and that is how they have come to Mumbai. Now, what they are doing is they have arrested already 4 people in connection with the case, and these drug peddlers have revealed that this was not consumption of deal, but also dealing of drugs, which becomes very serious in nature, because consumption, you have to go to rehabilitation if you are found consuming the narcotic substances, banned narcotic substances. But when you are dealing, then the maximum imprisonment is more than 10 years. So this will be a very serious case what NCB is trying to build. But again, the electronic evidence will not be sufficient for the NCB, and that is why they have started arresting the drug peddlers, and based on their confessional statement that whether they gave the drugs to Showik Chakraborty or not, that is still to be seen.
So one is, of course, the drug angle possibly and its connection to that of the death of the late actor as well. Take a look now, because this is becoming very serious. This is becoming like a chain trail of consumption of drugs and also interaction with alleged drug peddlers. Take a look at this explanation by my colleague, Chaiti Narula.
Let's now decode this drug chain. You've got Zaid Vilatra and Basit Parihar, the 2 drug peddlers arrested by the narcotics team. Zaid Vilatra, Basit Parihar. So there you go. That's the decoding that we are doing. Samuel Miranda is the one who collected these drugs. In fact, Basit Parihar, who was supposedly close to Showik, introduced Showik to Zaid. Zaid said on 17th of March this year, he peddled drugs to Sushant's former house manager Samuel Miranda. Miranda in turn passed the drugs to Rhea's brother Showik Chakraborty. So there you go. You've got that entire link that we've decoded right here in front of you. All these key players through the chats that we've accessed. Zaid Vilatra, Basit Parihar, Samuel Miranda, Showik Chakraborty. NCB is now looking at a larger nexus as we speak.
All right, so the Enforcement Directorate has now found multiple WhatsApp chats. This is where Rhea and others are discussing drugs, as it appears. A national-level snooker and billiards player, Rhea Chakraborty, is also under the scanner now for allegedly dealing in illegal narcotic drugs. He was already questioned by the Enforcement Directorate for a marathon session of 8 hours on Tuesday to possibly ascertain if Rhea brought any contraband from him. Now, Thakkar has told the ED officials that he does know Rhea personally through common friends, but has never supplied any drug to the actor. All these chats have taken place on a group. This is a group on WhatsApp, which had been created for a wedding function trip to Udaipur, and all, including Rhea and Rishabh Thakkar, were part of this group, including one hotelier, Kunal Jani. Now, Jani, remember, is a Bandra-based hotelier who is also director of the hotel, along with actress Shilpa Shetty's husband, Raj Kundra. He was questioned on Monday by the ED. Let's go across now to Mumbai. Divyesh Singh, my colleague, has been tracking all the latest from the Enforcement Directorate office. Divyesh, this is bringing many more people into the domain, but the fact remains ED primarily investigating the financial angle and now the drug aspect as well. Will have to find a chain trail to link it to Sushant Singh Rajput death case, because otherwise, yes, it's a separate serious angle of consumption of drugs, but eventually it will have to be connected to the FIR.
Pooja, this investigation that is being done by the Narcotics Control Bureau could be a separate case. It could be a separate case because narcotic substances are involved, people are consuming drugs. Several people dealing into drugs have been found, and this could be a new racket that has come to light while investigation in the Sushant Singh Rajput case was on by the Enforcement Directorate. Enforcement Directorate, though, has continued their probe and are questioning each and every person. So questioning them to find if there was any connection with the said narcotic drugs and Sushant's death, or whatever happened between Sushant and Rhea. Was there any connection with that? And whatever they find, details that they're finding from Rhea's phone, Showik's phone, and other people whose phones are being scanned and cloned by the Enforcement Directorate, they would share it as per disclosure to Narcotics Control Bureau so that the concerned agency could further progress into the investigation. And usually this happens when multiple agencies are involved. One agency which is probing case under PMLA, Prevention of Money Laundering Act, if they find something related to narcotics, they are bound to share it with the concerned agency like the Narcotics Control Bureau here, which then registered a case. Though this may not be a case directly linked to Sushant's death or Sushant Singh Rajput, but it has emerged while investigations were being carried out regarding the primary case that has been registered by Mr.
From what we can see from this, Divyesh, what you are telling us, one very important, this could be another completely different racket coming to light. But while we go through these chats, some of the excerpts on our screens as well, it appears that it is extremely common, and with high-profile people involved going to a wedding, and seems that it is very easily available, which will make it even more serious and will have to have a crackdown by the agencies.
Definitely, Pooja, it is bound to happen. Actually, it has already started with Kunal Jani, who's the Bandra-based hotelier, works with Raj Kundra. He being under scanner, he being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. Now, Rishabh Thakkar, who is a national level billiards champion, he is being questioned. His connection with Rhea Chakraborty is under scanner. And both the places, communication has happened and where people have discussed regarding buying of narcotic drugs, consumption of narcotic drugs. And one particular chat that has been found of Rishabh Thakkar, he has told another unidentified person that please bring the money and collect your contraband. So that also hints that he was dealing into it. So that could be under scanner, and Narcotics Control Bureau could probe it further when ED shares these details with NCB. So it will expand the horizon of investigation. It will not just remain focused till to Sushant Singh
I think you're making a very good point there that, you know, at least the view also will understand it may not be directly connected, but it could be definitely a very important dimension and otherwise a separate case as well. Thank you so much, Divyesh. Keep tracking all the latest. So what happened in the past few hours is, while India Today crew was probing this possible drug angle and in the Sushant Singh death mystery, they were targeted and attacked by alleged drug peddler Zaid Vitara's father in posh Bandra locality of Mumbai. Now the Narcotics Bureau has taken into arrest Zaid and he's being quizzed with his drug link with Rhea Chakraborty's brother Showik. Take a look at those visuals on your screen now. What had happened was our crew member Arvind Oja decided to track Zaid Bilatra's house in a posh area in Bandra. When we confronted the father, he started abusing, went on to attack our reporter for asking him a question on whether he even knew about at least the role of his son possibly in a drug racket.
आपको बताऊं, जैद नाम के शख्स का ये घर है जहां आज तक इंडिया टुडे की टीम पहुंची हुई है और जो नारकोटिक्स कंट्रोल ब्यूरो है उसने जैद को गिरफ्तार किया है। जैद ने पूछताछ में खुलासा किया है कि जो शौविक है उससे लगातार कांटेक्ट में था। नारकोटिक्स कंट्रोल ब्यूरो की टीम ने आज तक इंडिया टुडे को बताया है कि जैद ने पूछताछ में खुलासा किया है कि शौविक लगातार जैद से ड्रग्स खरीदता था। न सिर्फ खरीदता था बल्कि शौविक लगातार जो है ड्रग्स का अपने लिए इस्तेमाल करता था। उसके अलावा पूछताछ में यह भी खुलासा हुआ है कि शौविक जो रिया का भाई है उसने जैद का नंबर सैमुअल मिरांडा को दिया था और उसके बाद लगातार ड्रग्स की हेराफेरी हुई थी। हम एक बार फिर उनके पिता से बात करने की कोशिश करेंगे। ये आप देख पा रहे हैं बांद्रा में ये जो जैद है उसका घर है जहां पर आज तक इंडिया टुडे की टीम पहुंची। हमने उसके पिता से बात करने की कोशिश की लेकिन पिता ने बात करने से मना कर दिया। हम एक बार फिर बात करने की कोशिश करते हैं। सर आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? आपका बेटा अरेस्ट हुआ है ड्रग्स पैडलिंग में। सर आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
मैं आपको एक बात बोल रहा हूँ, इज्जत से समझ जाना। प्लीज गेट आउट, जस्ट गेट आउट, गेट आउट, गेट आउट।
सर आप क्यों धंधा क्यों दे रहे?
जब बताओ तेरे को बॉक्सिंग का
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.